Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a mod that adds a Dodge Charger to the game. A gravel Grand Marshall to the game. We have quite a few options here, but as always, we're going to start with the stock and work our way up to the slightly faster versions that we have available. And this thing is, in fact, a Grand Marhsall. Look at the back right here, and it does say Grand Marhsall. You look at the front, and what does it say on the front? It says, let me zoom out a little bit more. It says gravel right there. So this is not a Dodge Charger. It just happens to look exactly like one, that's all. Who am I kidding? This is most definitely a Charger. I'm probably going to call it a Charger, so I'm not even going to pretend that it's a Grand Marhsall. That's just the name it has. Seems to be a little bit more in the game's character, but nobody's going to look at that and think, oh, is that a Grand Marhsall? No, everybody's going to look at that and think, oh, is that a Charger? Which the answer is, yeah, this is a Charger. Anyhow, we're going to drive this around for a little bit, but I do not like the way this thing drives with the electronic stability control on the super safe mode. It's just a bit too aggressive. The second you start to do any sort of interesting maneuver, it just locks everything up and it goes terribly. Sport mode's alright though. Sport mode gives you enough freedom to actually drive around. And it's not like only this vehicle does that. I feel the same way about when you use the K series with the stability control on. That thing, everything just gets locked down the second you have any sort of fun, and it really ruins the fun. So it's not like it's a bad stability control. In fact, it's similar to the stock one, I would say. Now, sport one, that's a good one because you can slide, and it just helps you not slide too far, it feels like. So you can be a little bit more reckless and have a little bit more fun than even if it was completely off. So let's go ahead and find a good place to crash this thing into for the first crash. I see a stop sign right there. We're going to hit that thing at almost 100 miles per hour. Get some slow-mo here. How about just full 100 times slow-mo right here so we can really see the impact onto the vehicle? Hitting it right in the corner. That is a bad spot to hit a vehicle because that is murderous to drivers. Like, that's the worst spot you could crash because all the impact is right in front of you. You need to crash in the middle of the car for extra safety normally in real life. So I'll speed this thing up so it kind of flies off of there, and then full speed. So how's the driver in there? The steering wheel would be inside of their chest. That's not good. How'd the car look? It looks alright. I don't see any huge major issues. This area right here is a tiny bit messy, but the front looks okay, and then this side, maybe a little bit funky spike here and there, but it doesn't look too bad overall. Can we drive it all? Nope, we broke the drivetrain or something, so we'll have to reset it. And since we had to respawn the car, we might as well upgrade the car. So we start with the stock version, which has a 5.7 liter engine. We're going to move up to the special, which has a 6.4 liter engine. And that's pretty much the only change between these two versions. You'll notice it is a tiny bit faster, but it's still big V8 to even bigger V8. It's not like a huge upgrade like some cars we have, you know, little inline 4-cylinder engine versus a big V8 engine. So we're going to put ECS completely off, and we're going to slide this thing into, how about we do another stop sign? There we go, right into the corner. Stretch the car a little bit and burst it into flames. And to be honest with you, this thing is so black that I can barely tell what happened. Like, every body panel seems to absorb all the light that touches it. I don't know how it manages to do that. So this is probably not the best vehicle to be driving around, so we're just going to go ahead and go to a different version already. So how about we move on to the GRT, which is almost identical to the one we were driving. Except this car is red where the last one was black. Now, the nitrous setup's a little bit different on this car, but just like the last one, the nitrous doesn't actually seem to work. So we go down here and we click enable nitrous, and we'll also turn off electronic stability control while down there. And you'll see it never seems like it actually uses any nitrous. When I'm driving it around, it doesn't seem like it's any faster either. So here's like a nice long straightaway. If we were driving on this with any normal car, it would run out of a lot of nitrous going down this straightaway. It would probably have like half a bottle left at most. With this one, it's just going to show full the whole way through. Like, we've been flooring it with nitrous for about 15 seconds, still full bottle of nitrous. So even though it looks like most vehicles have a full bottle of nitrous, that's probably not the case, considering most of them that I've tried don't actually seem to function. Anyways, this should be a nice little crash right here. We're going to go up on the rail and get airborne. Don't think it's going to get us too high in the air, but it's at least flipping us over. So we might just land on our roof. We might do a little bit of a roll. Let's see. Not enough height for the roll, so we're just going to land on the roof. And are we going to get upside down to right side up, or are we going to be staying upside down? Looks like we are stuck upside down. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and scrape along on the roof. That's perfectly fine for this car. I think it should still drive, so what I might do is flip it upright real quickly and see if we can continue driving it or not. There we go. Not much damage to this thing, so I'm not going to bother looking at it yet. And, yeah, it drives fine. Okay, it's driving a little bit crooked. I could feel it pulling to the right. But other than that, it's doing pretty good. It's already up to almost 100 miles per hour in no time at all. We got some water right here I got to try to avoid, and I kind of went into that wall because this thing doesn't want to go around the corner, right? I do need to replace it soon, that's for sure, so we need to find a good place to crash it. How about we just slam it into some of these trees over here? That might give you a good crash, or not. Come on, go closer to the tree. Okay. That was a real light hit. We got an extra hit in the rear at least. Still drivable. I want to do a little bit more damage. How about we go into that tree straight ahead? See if it'll actually do any damage to it. Alright, that should get it pretty damaged up, right? Yeah, that's pretty damaged, and it kind of drives, but it's driving so slow I don't know if I really care. I mean, we are going in reverse. Let's give it a chance to go forward. And that's the chance. Well, look, we can hit this wall, but yeah, that was kind of underwhelming, wasn't it? So let's just go ahead and upgrade to the next version of the car we're going to be driving, which is the Super B. So this one is pretty much identical to the one we were just driving, except it has a different front bumper, which you can't see if the car is stuck inside the wall. So we're going to pull it outside the wall, and then we'll get driving a little bit, and then I'll show you the difference in the front bumper. I just want to kind of get up to speed first. All right. So on this bumper, the middle bar is not black. On the other ones we were driving, it was always black. That's the only difference between this car and the one we were just driving, as far as I could tell. Like, there are not huge differences between all the different versions of these cars usually. Anyways, we're going to fly a little bit and bounce off of a couple of trees. This thing should still be drivable, I'm thinking. Is it going to land upright? Come on, one more roll, and just barely getting onto its right side, although it's not really driving much. But we can still put down power, so if we get this thing a little bit of traction, it might be okay. I'm just kind of repositioning it, seeing if it'll get itself going. There we go. Okay, well, I don't think this is actually going to go nearly as fast as I was hoping, but let's find out. Come on, accelerate. It's moving, actually. Okay. We can do one more crash with this thing before we replace it then. I see that ramp. I definitely want to do that ramp, but before we can do that, we need a new car, though, so how about right into that? Perfect. Taking a look at the damage real quick. Front doesn't seem too unusual. The car is strafing to the side as I try to reverse it. We'll clean it up, and then we're going to go and do that jump. Going to go a good distance away. I want to hit that thing at like 100 plus miles per hour, so we got to drive until we're at least driving 100 miles per hour. That makes sense, right? And when we get to those speeds, well, we are at those speeds, so let's just go ahead and crash into something. I see a bunch of appealing looking trees right here. Wrapped it perfectly around that tree. Now, I want to try to get outside of the tree's shadow so you can see it a little bit easier. And I think we can do that with just regular old driving as we slowly kind of sway back and forth down the hill. There we go. So you can see the damage right there before we swap this thing out. Not much damage on that side. It's all on this side. So, swapping this out for a fresh one, we should be able to do that jump at 100 miles per hour from here with absolutely no problems, I'm thinking. Just got to make sure I keep it under control. I'm getting a little bit squirrely here. We have the nitrous on because that's so helpful, isn't it? Again, nitrous doesn't seem to do anything in this vehicle either. All right, 100 plus, no problem. It's about 120 miles per hour, and we are flying. Still flying. Let me get some slow-mo going here for the crash. I like that. That's a nice crash for slow-mo because you hit it right on the side. So you had a few pieces flying off, and you're going to get a nice roll going to it. Ooh, good crash. That was definitely worth it. We'll go ahead and go full speed and let it kind of roll to its wheels. Come on. All right. Can you drive it all? Sort of. Surprising, actually. I thought it would be ruined after those impacts, but we can still drive it around. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the sign up here because I don't feel like driving around a car this beat up too much. And then take one final look at the front before we place this with a different car. So, I think that gives you a good look at the front. There's the side as well. And now we're going to swap it for the Coyote version, which is kind of a strange version. The Coyote kind of confuses me because it has a 5-liter engine that sounds different than the other ones we were driving. And then it has no spoiler, but otherwise it's the same as the stock one. So I'm not exactly sure what the Coyote version is supposed to be, unless my first thought is somebody swapped a Coyote motor from Ford into a Charger, which is one of those things that sounds really strange, but I can't think of anything else it could possibly mean. And here's a jump. That was unexpected. So there's a little bit of water in front of that jump, and it made me come to a stop. And it pulled my car apart a little bit, but it should still drive. I'm not feeling any issues with this drivability, I don't think. It just kind of got a little bit messed up. That was weird. How fast the water just stopped me right there, man. Okay, we're going to try this again, but we're going to go on the other side of the road because I don't think that one is as flooded as this side. Although it is overheating a little bit, so I think we did damage something going into the water. Maybe we just flooded it a little bit where it got kind of permanently damaged or something. I don't know. So let's see if this side's a little bit better or not. Maybe I should just do the big ramp to the right because I know that one looks good. No, this one looks better. Let's try it. Let's try it. No, it wasn't. I mean, it was better, but it wasn't good enough. Why are there so many ramps here? This place makes no sense. All right, backing out again, and this thing is even more dead than before. It doesn't want to back up anymore. All right, we're just going to go ahead and use some teleportation magic to get it outside of this area a bit. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are we? Oh, that's perfect. That is actually perfectly placed. All right, far ramp on the right has to be solid, right? Let's find out, and I'll let you listen to the engine for a second after this jump, I promise. I just wanted to do some jumping first. So here we go. That's what I wanted to see. Nope, well, not exactly that, but we did get to fly a little bit. I wonder if we can go far enough away where we could actually fly the whole way. That's what I want to test out. So while I drive away, I'll let you listen to the engine. It sounds a lot like the Mustang mod I did a while ago, doesn't it? Anyways, right into a tree we go with the rear quarter panel. Taking a quick look at the damage right here. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and replace this car, because it doesn't feel as fast in a straight line as some of the other ones. So we're going to go to the custom, which is like the stock with a custom hood. That's pretty much exactly what it is. So I'll give you a quick look at the hood. So you see it has like a carbon fiber look to it. It's not like a crazy shape or anything like that. And we'll go ahead and take this thing to the jump and see how well it can do. I'm hoping we can go well over 100 miles per hour here based on how far it looked like we needed to fly. I'm thinking we're probably going to need to go 150 miles per hour. That sounds like a really good speed to be going. Is 150 miles per hour. We could probably jump almost anything, I would imagine. And I think this thing actually has a chance of making it that fast. Going 135 right here, although I'm not doing so well with that corner. I lost a lot of speed right there. Like, I lost about 15 miles per hour in terms of what I could be going, I think, at the exit of that corner. But we're still going to be going almost 150 right here, so that's perfect. What? Just, what? There's no water there. That was weird. I don't know what it got caught on, but again, it's just that thing where it stopped. I don't know if it's the vehicle or what. So how about we go back and try this with another vehicle and see if that makes any sort of difference. So I just need something fast that can fly. We're going to go with the SBR4. And we're going to drive this route yet another time. If this one doesn't get stuck, I'm assuming it's the vehicle. Or maybe I'm just hitting bad luck with the way I hit the jump. I have no idea. That's why I'm testing this right now, is because I've never had this happen before, but I don't use this map that often to actually know the intricacies about it like that. Or like, oh, there's a specific way you got to hit it or not. So I'm going to be going much faster with this thing because we're already going 160 miles per hour. Probably going to hit it about 170 with speed. Definitely going to fly far enough with this speed. 180 even. I didn't think it would pull this hard. Oh yeah, we made it over the jumps, no problem. We actually made it. We didn't get stuck on anything. That's what was important to me. And ooh, nice spiral of doom right there. Engine's falling out. All right, well, we made the jump. I'm not really focused on this car though, so we're just going to go ahead and remove this thing. And now we're back at the Charger, or should I say Grand Marhsall, and we're going to swap it out again. We're going to go with the wide body version this time because that one has a different body style to it. Maybe it'll help it not get stuck on that jump. So you can see it has a wide body fenders and a wide body door. And then also, if you look at the hood, it's the custom hood that we saw in another vehicle a little bit earlier on. But let's go ahead and head towards the jump for the final attempt. If it gets stuck this time, I'm going to assume there is something wrong with these vehicles and they don't like doing jumps. If we make the jump, I'm going to assume it's something was wrong with the map. Because on the left side, it made sense. You're driving through water, you get stuck. Sure, fine, that's perfectly logical. Then the right side, I see no water whatsoever, yet we still got stuck. That got me confused and baffled. I did much better on the corner this time, though. We were able to maintain a lot of speed. Gonna hit the jump at about 150 miles per hour, it looks like. Actually, a little bit over 150. There we go. Flying. Pretty good flight. And we aren't going to make it all the way, but we're going to bounce our way across all of the jumps. Not as elegant as the last one, but I do consider that a success at what I wanted to do. And whatever the glitch was, I'm assuming it was caused by the map. So here is one final look at this thing before we bring it all the way back and then probably swap it out for another vehicle. I'm looking at the damage here. The wide body damage doesn't seem that much different from the damage we've seen earlier. So from the wide body, how about we go with the one that is the most confusing of all? It's called Test. And Test is just kind of strange. It has electronic stability control removed, and then it has the rear bumper removed, as you can see right there. The rear badging's been removed because it was kind of on the bumper anyways. The spoiler's gone, and then the taillights on the sides are gone. And also it has no radiator apparently, but somehow it still stays cool. I'm not exactly sure how that works. So that's the test version. We're not going to actually drive it around. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what it was. Instead, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to grab the police version, and then we're also going to grab another one. So on the police version, it has police doors, a police hood, a push bar, a light bar on top that will light up if you hit the correct button. And then we also have these spotlights on the side. And then if you hit the right button again, you get a police siren, which you can listen to as we chase down whatever car I feel like chasing down. For the car we're chasing down, how about we go with the house? Why is it called the house? I have absolutely no clue. But it's kind of like the special, which was the stock one with the bigger engine and then nitrous that again didn't work. So it's kind of like that one with a push bar, custom hood, and then different wheels on it. Like this thing has really strange wheels for a car like this. I don't understand this car setup much. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tell the AI to go and run. And hopefully they don't run in the same direction we came from. Thankfully they are going that way. Perfect. And we're going to chase them down, and you can hear what it sounds like with the sirens going next to the engine. I should give you a good idea what it sounds like. We had a low RPM section right there where we were both kind of going slow and stuff. So now let's finish them off. Pit maneuver! Got him. At least I think I got him pretty good. I got a push bar on me, so I got pretty good front durability, I would assume. Yeah, looking like my front's holding up pretty well. And their car has many dents, but it's still driving. They're up to 60 plus miles per hour in no time at all. Like I'm going 80 and I'm not gaining too much on them. Oh, they just juked me. They just juked me. Oh, no, they didn't. Actually, they didn't juke me. I juked myself, I think. They don't even know what just happened right there. Like, how did he miss me? Oh, that's kind of an interesting spot right there. They got airborne going over the train tracks. I'm not going to do that. I'm a safe police officer. I make sure I do things nice and safely. They got a bit of a lead on me, but I'm sure I'll be able to catch them in the corner. They're going to slow down. I'm going to just smash into them super hard to finish this off. Bye. They're not going to be able to drive after that, right? That, like, ruined their drivetrain, I have to assume. Because it ruined mine. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. We're still good. It just is in the wrong gear or something. Apparently, that hard of a hit into the rear panel, it's still going. How am I looking here? My push bar's all bashed in. But we can still drive, so we'll keep on chasing them. This is lasting a lot longer than I expected. So that was a hard hit. Alright, we're going to do another hard hit then. Don't care about the consequences! That is a serious consequence for me. That has to have finished them off, right? Right? Let's see. Yeah, they're upside down, so they can't do anything. So me being the super police officer, I would hop in my car and start sprinting at him, like, get out of the car, put your hands up, all that kind of stuff, and then he's under arrest for be in a house who was driving on the streets. You know, it's funny, from this angle, it doesn't really, I don't know why, but it doesn't really look like a Charger or a Grand Marshall. Except for this kind of angle in the door, which is pretty iconic for that car, it really just looks like a completely different vehicle for some reason. It has to do with like the way it's damaged, I mean, not like the vehicle itself. Anyways, we'll reset this guy all the way back there. We'll do the same for him and tell him to stop doing nonsense. Then we'll go ahead and go to the next version of the car, which is kind of interesting. Oh wait, no, it's the following one that's kind of interesting. This one's not quite as interesting. We're going to go with the one that's called WIDD. What does that mean? Again, I have no clue, but it's kind of like the house with a different suspension setup. Some of the wide body parts, so it has like the wide body rear doors and wide body fenders and all that. And then it has no spoiler on it. And again, the custom hood. So now we're going to do the opposite thing. We're going to tell the AI to come after me, and I'm going to try to get away from them. Although, they're not doing it in a very police-like manner. I have to put their lights on for them, and uh-oh. I just crashed because I was busy turning your lights on because you're too lazy to. And in the process, you did wreck me, I guess, so good job on you for that, but that's cheating. So put their sirens on, put their lights on too, why not? They're going to give me a little bit of a boost. And I am good to go. We can avoid that. Look at that, I even tricked them to slow down a little bit. So I'm going to show them how to really avoid the police. Step one is you floor it, and then you just keep flooring it because they're not good at going around corners as fast as you. Like, you don't have to worry about helicopters or anything like that, and I can basically do this and I'm gone. Like, where are they now? Gone. Can't even see them anymore, to be honest. I can't even see myself because I'm in the water. Oops. Let's go ahead and just kind of pull out the water a little bit then. Should be outside the water. This map's so big, it does glitch up a little bit when you use the reset vehicle feature like that. See, now it just went way back. And the cop, or the pursuer, has become the pursuee, I guess you could say. Although they fell in the water too, so how about we go in the water again? Why not? That was dumb, wasn't it? Alright, bring this thing back, and we'll go ahead and put the cop right here. Freshen them up, because I don't know what they've been doing. I want y'all to do something interesting. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. They can't hit me. You can do it, you can do it. Oh, you're so close. It's like teasing a bull. It's like, oh, you almost hit the sheep, but then you didn't hit the sheep because I pulled it at the last seconds. Obviously, the AI is not going to be able to catch me through here because they're going to stay on the road while I cut through the corners without a care in the world. Watch, they're going to be pretty much gone out of my sight. Yep. Barely even see them anymore. I'm just going to park on the road and let them slam into me. I think it'd be a nice looking crash having a car-on-car impact. Parking it right there. They spun out! Hey, man, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Alright, we gotta let them get the speed, though. I want to be crashed into it like 40 miles per hour. That'd be boring. Maybe that was their strategy. They spin out, and then they think maybe he'll feel sympathy and come check on me. I mean, it kind of worked. I almost did come check on them. Alright, they should be able to hit me right here. Nice! Oh, they even hit me into the pole. Alright, my car, immobilized. Their car is still driving, so they were a successful police officer. Now we're completely gone. They don't know where I am at all anymore because we're changing vehicles once more. We're going to go with the Hellhound, which has a chromed up paint job. It's kind of interesting. This one is the one I meant is interesting. So it's the custom version of the vehicle, but it comes pre-damaged. So you can see like the rear bumper's dented. It's missing its lights in the rear. The front bumper's damaged. The hood's a little bit beat up. Doesn't have the spoiler in the rear like the custom did. So it's just a pre-damaged vehicle. It doesn't seem like it drives bad. I think all the damage is cosmetic. I'm trying to drive it right here, and I think it's driving straight. It's kind of hard to tell because of the road being so curvy. But it's just kind of neat whenever you see a car that comes pre-damaged because it's not too frequently that mods have cars that are like that. It's one of those features that more mods should definitely use because it's just a nifty thing that allows you to do interesting things like this one. And I don't know why it's chrome, by the way. I don't know if it's supposed to be chrome or if all the paint was scratched off. Don't know which. Either way, it looks neat as we drive it. And then eventually crash it into something. I'm assuming the crashing for this one's no different than the ones we were driving earlier. And that was a really awkward landing right there. So we're just going to say hello to the trees at surprisingly low speeds. We're stuck anyways. Damage on that one actually looked pretty good. Compared to all the other ones, that was definitely the best looking crash. It was also a pretty gentle one, all things considered. So we're bringing it back over again and just a pile of cars over here now. The next one we're going to be taking a look at is another one that's similar to the one we were just doing. So you have the Hellhound, right? Then you also have the Hell Gang. So the Hell Gang is like the GRT version, but with a similar thing where it's missing some body pieces here and there. And the body pieces are there a little bit damaged up, so it doesn't have like front bumper, rear bumper, trunk, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll drive this one around a little bit and just get away from the police officer that's trying to get me. Again, no problem there. Police officers can't do nothing about me. Ooh, that was a beautiful tap on that wall. That was flawless. Let's see if I can do it again. Nope, got too scared. All right, here we go. Just a little tap. Nope, got scared again. That's more than a tap. That's the front of the car too. That was terrible. Doesn't matter. We're going to go to church. I'm late for church. I got to be there for Jesus. And then you plow through the church and then the church is canceled because you just destroyed their whole thing. So probably shouldn't be doing that. It's kind of weird, like the way the church is placed right here. It's just like up on a hill with no walkway. You got to go on a trek to get up there. All right, now another vehicle. There's so many vehicles. We're just going from one to the other to the other. This next one is the same thing we just saw, except on the police version. So it's already a little bit damaged up. Not really missing any body pieces as far as I can tell, though. It's just a little damage on the bumper on the, I think it was the rear one. Yeah, the rear bumper on this one's a little bit dented up already. Otherwise, it's just a normal police car as far as I can tell. Same lights and stuff that tell you to stop. That is so high tech. That actually says police stop. I kind of wish it was in the front too, though, just because you could like have it mirrored in the front, and then whoever's in front of you will look in the mirror and says, "Oh, it says police stop. I should stop." Or maybe they're telling the police to stop and not me. I should keep going just in case. All right, here's some trees. Smush. The engine basically popped out of that car. And you can see the transmission just sticking up ahead of it. And this thing is completely dead. So we'll reset it. I'll take a peek at the interior right here. So you see it has functional steering wheel. It has functional gauges. Now it has functional lights on the outside, but nothing changes on the inside there. And I cannot tell if it has any pedals down there. As far as I can see, there isn't any, but sometimes it's hard to see if there are pedals or not. One of the secrets I know, though, is to go into some water. Sometimes it makes it a little bit easier to see the pedals. So are there pedals? No, there are not any pedals down there. So you just have gauges and steering wheel in terms of interior functionality. The interior itself looks pretty decent. You can even zoom in here and it's nice and crisp looking over there. And then if you look at the gauges around here, you can see what they look like. So you have, well, can't really see them right now. We'll go and freshen this up. So you have a regular speedometer and a tachometer, both of which work. And it's kind of funny. It looks like if you stare at the gauge, it almost looks like there's like a stability control light that comes on every now and then when you rotate the wheel. That's just the lights on the wheel kind of overlapping with it, and your eyes are just playing tricks on you, I guess. So back to the outside of the vehicle, and we're going to go with another version. Next up, we have the drag version, which I don't actually see, but I know that's the one I wanted to do next. There it is. It's red. I thought it was a different color. So the drag version, it has all the wide body parts, has the custom hood, no spoiler, and it had a wheelie bar, right? But this car is so fast, the wheelie bar can't even stay attached. And that's what it is. Watch this, okay? We're going to spawn it up on perfectly level ground right here. You think, okay, the wheelie bar should be attached, no problem now, right? That's where you're wrong. It falls right off. It's so fast, the wheelie bar can't hold on. It also has drag tires on it. And it's honestly not that fast. The stock drag cars are going to be faster than this thing. It's just a tad faster than the other ones, maybe just because it has more traction. But as far as I can tell, the engine doesn't seem like it's significantly upgraded over like the GRT version we were driving before. And once again, going through the grass, it just kills off all power. I want to go through the grass and go fast and fly. So we got to turn off the stability control to be able to fly like that. Oh, there's a good crash into a tree, and that like tore out my whole rear suspension right there. And you got big fat tires in the rear. It's easy to do that, I guess. You got those grip balls in the rear. So back over here we go. Next up, we're going to go with the drift version. So the drift version is basically a drifting version of the vehicle. It's exactly what it says. It's got like drift steering, wide body parts, a couple of beat up pieces. Like over here, it's missing the lights back there. And on the front, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, the front looks okay. So let's go ahead and try to drift this thing around for a while. This isn't exactly the best place for drifting because it's a lot of wide open areas. We can try to do something. That was pretty terrible. I didn't see the corner coming up. I just wasn't paying attention. Here we got a good corner though where I could probably try to do something. Let's see. Oh, I got scared. The car was all bouncing all over the place a little bit. I gotta be brave. Brave it up. Here's a corner and drift it. That was okay. A little close to the edge of the road, but I did not go over the edge. Well, the body panel did. The vehicle itself did not. I could slide it all over the place on the straightaways, though, it seems like. Like, if I want to just kind of wiggle around right here, it has no problem doing that. So it's a pretty slippery car, but it is controllable. All right, big corner. Oh, I overshot it. I overshot that. That's kind of an awkward corner because of the way it was all set up, so we're going to just go ahead and go the way I wanted to go anyways. Like, I wanted to drift into that, but that didn't work out. We still got the direction we wanted to go because I'm pretty much lost at this point on this map because this is a big map. I'm just driving wherever the roads look good. I thought maybe there'd be some curvy roads over here. They're just bumpy, which is really bad for drifting if you ask me, because then it's like, it upsets the balance in ways you don't want it to. Alright, that's the last corner I'm going to be doing. We're just going to shove this thing into some trees, or well, it's not even going to get to the trees because I spun it out. We're going to the next one, though. The next one should be some fun. It is the off-road version, so this thing has a good lift on the suspension setup, so you can see that once we get to some level ground right up here. Just come to a quick stop, and then you can see good amount of ground clearance right there, so it's good for the rally version of the car. It also has no front bumper, no rear spoiler. It has a push bar in front, and then it also has a spotlight like the one we saw in the police car. And we're just going to drive this thing around some and see how well it does. I did take stability control off almost immediately on this thing, because my experience with this car and off-roading and stability control is basically stability control limits your speed to about 20 miles per hour, basically. All right, there's a tree hit. Thought I might be able to go right around it. Not quite. Is the tree actually sticking out a little bit, like from its hitbox maybe? That's why I hit it. Because it looked like I could have cleared it, and I just kind of hit it. All right, next time we hit a tree, it's going to be on purpose. Target acquired. Right there. I'm going to hit it really good. There we go. It's not exactly the one I wanted to hit initially, but it's close enough. Like, there was another one kind of in the bad position. I just said, okay, we'll hit it there. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to Leap of Death. And for this, I guess the one that makes the most sense would be the rally version, so that way you could do the jump as good as possible. So we'll grab that one, and we'll just accelerate and see how fast we can go from this spot. This car does take a little bit to load up sometimes. There we go. All right, full speed ahead. It's going to get it up to about, well, 60 miles per hour. I'm curious, though. We got 66 right there, right? Electronic stability control to sport mode. And then how fast do we go then? Is it any faster? A little bit. It might be like 1 or 2 miles per hour faster. Not like a huge significant amount. One thing I'm actually surprised about is that the rally one is not all-wheel drive. You might be thinking, well, why would this be all-wheel drive? Because you can, in fact, buy a Dodge Charger with all-wheel drive as an option. Not like the bigger engines, but on the more basic V6 ones or whatever, I'm pretty sure you could, or maybe even still can, get them with all-wheel drive. So it'd have been cool to see, like, you know, maybe they put all-wheel drive on this one. But no, it's just purely rear-wheel drive. I'm gonna get a little bit of a ramp right there. Might push us all the way to the water just like that. Let's see. And we got all the way. Okay, not bad at all. I'm now curious though. If we did it without any electronic stability control whatsoever, would that be even faster? I just gotta test that real quickly right here and see what happens. So electronic stability control is off, and let's see if that makes me any faster or if it just slows me down some. And that might have been a little bit faster, like 1 mile per hour faster than the last one. Not a huge difference there. I'll let it have the first impact, and then we're going to head over to Brutal Slope to finish things up. First impact's going to be at full speed. Bam! And then the rest you already saw in full speed. I'm not going to do slow-mo here because the car's too wrecked already, so on to the brutalist of slopes. And for this situation, I think we'll use the drag version because I would assume that one would get us to the highest possible speed. If it seems like it's topping out way too easy, though, we'll change it out because sometimes drag cars, they'll be geared in a way where it's, you know, they're basically topping out right at the finish line because they don't need to go any faster than that. So if this is tuned to be like that, then we'll swap it out. And again, that thing just falls right off the back. It's not connected in any way. It just, whoops, there it goes. There goes the wheelie bar. All right, so how's this thing going to do? We'll put the nitrous on if we want to. Just got to find my mouse. There it is. Nitrous is on. Does it do anything? Who knows? Who cares? All right, so it's actually topping out at about 190 miles per hour, so the nitrous isn't actually able to do anything. Gonna hit the brick wall over here at close to 230 miles per hour. Oh, the engine just blew up right before impact. How funny is that? All right, full speed or full slow-mo on, 100 times slow-mo. And smoosh. Real smoosh. Nothing left. Hey, there's the steering wheel, though. You can really easily see the steering wheel just kind of sticking its head out. Like, hey, what's going on over here? The rest of the car just got mashed up. There's the bottle of nitrous still going good, though. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. Somehow the left front wheel is not that badly damaged. I'll see ya.